This common mineral is made up of tiny, repeating patterns that give it a strong and rigid structure. It's often found in rocks and can be clear or colored. Here is a sample sentence. The geologist examined the crystal-clear quartz mineral that had been extracted from the mine.
He.
A place where boats can stop or dock, often with a wall or platform to hold them in place. Here is a sample sentence. The old stone quay jutted out into the harbor, lined with fishing boats and bustling with activity. In this sentence, quay refers to a structure built parallel to the bank of a waterway, such as a harbor or river, where ships can dock. This term refers to people who don't fit traditional ideas about men and women, or how they should behave. It's often used to describe someone whose identity or behavior doesn't match what society expects of them. Here's a sample sentence. The LGBTQ community has made significant strides in recent years, with many queer individuals and allies advocating for greater acceptance and equality. In this sentence, queer is used as an adjective to refer to people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender.
Quench.
This action means to stop something from continuing, often because it's too hot or strong. It's like putting out a fire or cooling down something that's too intense. Here is a sample sentence. The fire was finally extinguished when we poured water on it to quench its flames. In this example, quench means to satisfy or put out something, in this case the fire, often by providing what's needed to stop it. It's a question or request for information. Here's a sample sentence. The researcher's query about the study's methodology was met with a detailed explanation from her colleague. In this example, query refers to a question or inquiry that someone makes in order to gather more information.
Quest.
It's a journey or mission to find something, often with a goal or purpose in mind. Here is a sample sentence. The brave knight set out on a perilous quest to rescue the princess from the dark castle.
Questionnaire.
It's a list of questions that someone asks to gather information from others, usually for research or study purposes. Here is a sample sentence. The researcher distributed a comprehensive questionnaire to all participants in order to gather more information about their opinions and behaviors.
Quilt.
A type of fabric decoration made by sewing together layers of material, often with a soft filling inside, to create a warm and cozy object for keeping people or things snug. Here is a sample sentence. She spent all weekend sewing together the colorful patches to create a beautiful handmade quilt for her grandmother's birthday.
Quiver.
This word describes something that is slightly shaking or trembling, often because it's excited or nervous. Here is a sample sentence. The archer's fingers quivered with excitement as she drew back her bowstring, ready to take aim at the target.
Quota.
It's a fixed number or amount that is allowed or expected for something, like people or things. Here is a sample sentence. The university has set a quota of 20 students per year to be accepted into its prestigious honors program.
Quotation.
It's a phrase or sentence that someone else said, written down for reference or to be used again. Here is a sample sentence. The company's CEO gave a notable quotation in his speech, saying that innovation is the key to success. In this example, quotations refers to the words or phrases spoken by someone, often famous or memorable.
Quote.
It's when someone says or writes exactly what another person said or wrote, often to show their idea or opinion. Here is a sample sentence. The famous author's quote, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there," has inspired millions of people around the world. In this example, quote refers to a phrase or passage spoken or written by someone else.
rack, rack, rack,
It's something that holds or supports things, often in rows or tiers. Here is a sample sentence. The old wooden rack in the garage was stacked high with boxes and tools.
racket, racket, racket,
It's a loud, noisy disturbance that people often complain about. It can be caused by something or someone making a lot of noise. Here is a sample sentence. The loud noise from the construction site was causing quite a racket in the neighborhood. In this example, racket refers to a noisy disturbance or commotion.
radar, radar, radar,
It's a system that uses waves to find out where things are, even if they're hidden or far away. Here is a sample sentence. The air traffic controller used radar to track the plane's location and altitude as it prepared for landing.
radiant, radiant, radiant,
This word describes something or someone that shines brightly with happiness, energy, or warmth. It's like a warm glow that comes from within. Here is a sample sentence. The bride's smile was radiant as she walked down the aisle on her wedding day, shining brightly with happiness and joy.
radiate, radiate, radiate,
This means to send out or give off something, like heat or happiness, from a central point. Here's a sample sentence. The sun's warm rays radiated across the beach, making it feel like a perfect summer day. In this sentence, radiate means to give off or send out something, in this case, warmth and light, from a central point.
radiation, radiation, radiation,
It's energy that comes from something, like heat or light, but can also be invisible and travel through space. Here is a sample sentence. The hospital warned patients and staff to evacuate the area immediately due to high levels of radiation from the nearby nuclear accident.
radical, radical, radical,
This word refers to something that is completely new, different, or unconventional from what's usual or expected. It often involves making big changes or challenging traditional ideas. Here is a sample sentence. The young activist's radical proposal to abolish the existing economic system and establish a new community-driven model sparked heated debate among her fellow students. In this example, radical means going far beyond what is considered normal or conventional, often in a way that challenges established norms or institutions.
radius, radius, radius,
It's the distance from the center to the edge of something, like a circle or a ball. Here's a sample sentence. The radius of the Earth is approximately 6,371 kilometers. In this sentence, radius refers to the distance from the center of the Earth to its surface.